The body may appear at will and can be shed at will. It can seemingly disappear from human sight, only to make a reappearance when it is needed. Each appears to a co-laborer or a teacher with whom he can work, giving him the spiritual insight, aid, and assistance in some very outstanding endeavor for the benefit of humankind. Members of the White Brotherhood never announce their true identity to anyone. They never speak of their particular service which they render, nor do they reveal what their mission is. Silence and humility is ever their watchword, and their silent influence is felt by all whom they contact personally, as well as those fortunate enough to come into the radiance of their spiritual auric vehicle. The members of this White Brotherhood embrace all mankind regardless of race, color, or creed. However, they do not accept anyone as a teacher or a collaborator who is allied with those who conform to that which is contrary to truth, contrary to God's law. This is found in some earthly organizations who claim an affiliation, yet their precepts and very actions are contrary to God's laws of being. Many of the members of the White Brotherhood walk the earth's sphere of life as we do now. They too have tasted of the bitter cup, as the great Gautama Buddha, the illumined one, also as Confucius, the appointed one, and our beloved Jesus of Nazareth, the anointed one. Many of the collaborators who are now about the Father's business also have tasted of the sweet and the bitter cup. Therefore, life is no longer a mystery to them. They have learned to be tolerant, patient, and now understand the reason for many things and experiences. God asks for no sacrifice. Mercy is the plea of God and the counsel. Mercy was the plea of all great teachers of their time, and they still continue to teach mercy and love. As the Nazarene said, I asked not for sacrifice, I asked but for mercy. God is love, and he who loveth is born of God. To be born, the second birth, is to be sustained, carried by grace, fed by inspiration, led by guidance, and inspired by divine spirit. While man lives in his physical body, he is often given over to strange notions. That is the so-called denser side of matter. Man never becomes perfectly free from the astral shell, which he builds for himself out of every thought, word, and deed, while he occupies his time in the physical world. This astral shell conveys him after his transition. Man in his rebellion clings to many of these peculiar and strange notions contrary to truth. Therefore it necessitates incarnations, birth after birth, name it as you will, until at last man becomes free from all material superstitions, and on the road where he will discard all mental obstructions. Then he will be weaving together the threads he gathered in this shuttle across the loom of life, for he will be finishing the pattern of his life's record. The Ancient Mystical White Brotherhood teaches that man of earth should not aspire to rank, station, prestige, or power. All mankind should seek the one great asset, which is humility. Unselfishness and love shall reign supreme without discrimination. When men of earth shall see other men of earth as spiritual beings, there need never be any fear for the future. Even though man may be in tatters and rags, or perchance clothed in garments of wealth, yellow, black, or brown of skin, it is not the outer appearance in which man shall be interested. It is the inner spiritual being, the Christ power working through that physical body, which should occupy and hold his attention. There are many men and women walking along the highway of life in shabby or ragged attire. They have faces and hands soiled from toil, but their hearts are clean and pure. Conversely, there are those whose bodies are in silks and satins, and know not that they are in truth equal with the beggars, because their hearts are not clean and pure. Remember and never forget, they are all spiritual beings, children of the living God. Therefore, let there be no discrimination. Ever remember that members of the White Brotherhood are always creators of goodwill, harmony, and love, never strife nor deception, being advocates of the living radiant light of divine love. They always encourage the noblest attributes in others, and they frequently strive to inspire man toward perfecting the spiritual growth by applying the understanding he has and appropriating its resulting wisdom in his consciousness. Quite frequently the question is raised as to the reference of the word white. That reference has nothing to do with the color of the skin or to any race. It does indicate the radiance of the spiritual color of the soul, its aura. It indicates the pureness of the love expressed by the soul's divinity. The divine wears many colored bodies. It is the heart which must be white or pure, and not what we hear referred to as black-hearted or corrupt, no matter what the color of the skin may be, white or some other color. God is no respecter of persons, and in God there is no separation. Since God is both male and female in principle, and principle is sexless, God expresses the divine nature of both male and female. The council is also a part of God, and it also makes no discrimination. There are female masters, just as there are male. The male members are referred to as fraters, and the female members are sorors. In the etheric planes of life, all members are recognized as fraters, meaning brothers. For in the realm of pure consciousness of spirit, the recognition is of the spirit which is sexless. Thus the recognition is as equals in all attributes. There is a sacred duty the sorors render to motherhood on earth. It is what is frequently referred to as the nature's mothering principle of life, that principle which sustains, nourishes, and lovingly protects. The sorors lovingly grant this service. One of the greatest tasks is in the watching over the young mothers during the gestation and the final coming forth of the body of the babe. Also, another one of the tasks among the women collaborators is to minister unto the children and youth in the many organizations, institutions, and hospitals of the physical plane of life. They are always there to give aid and assistance. The Master Jesus said, "I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, there you may also be." They have a place prepared. Each one whom they call and who has chosen to follow the call is precious to the council. There is a path of direction for each one. If it were not so, there would be no calling of man to come up higher, to serve in the Father's mansion, the universe. Man cannot serve until there is a necessity for service. As the necessity arises, each one that they have called stands ready to answer the summons. Spread the love of God wherever you can. Whatever you do, do it lovingly. Love is the greatest power in the universe. Thus, many experiences of life appear as what man calls miracles. Love sent forth brought about the seeming miracles. Love becomes a great magnetic power and draws unto itself still greater essence of the presence of God. As the masters of old lived their portion of life serving others as unto God, so continue to help others to behold all life as God's life, and they too shall serve as unto God. And I will begin the next part. Will be chapter 2,